I'm here to review the film Uncle Buck that came out in 1989 and was written and directed by John Hughes, who worked with John Candy on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, John Candy was eagerly wanting a hit after the disappointment that was Who's Harry Crumb. And luckily he found it with Uncle Buck. Now, for so long I thought this role was written specifically for him, only to find out it wasn't, because so many other actors were in top line to play Uncle Buck. And I'm so glad they went with John Candy, because I don't think the film would be the hit it was if not for him. I'll give you an example. Kevin Meaney played Uncle Buck in a spin-off, in a sequel TV series. Only lasted a season. And Mike Epps did it in his own retelling of Uncle Buck in a TV series. And that didn't last. So, you see what I'm saying? The film would not be the hit it was if not for John Candy. John Candy was Uncle Buck. He made Uncle Buck his own. He threw a lot of himself into this character. What's the film about? Well, you probably know that answer, but I'm going to tell you what. Okay, Bob and Cindy Russell have to go see her father, who had a heart attack, and who's going to watch the kids? Their three kids. And they try to go. Everybody's out of luck, so they have to go with Buck. And Cindy doesn't want Buck at first because he's a slob. He smokes cigars and he doesn't work. And he wouldn't be much of a good influence to watch the kids. But you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. So Buck is asked to watch his two nieces and his nephew, who are Tia and Maisie and Miles. And Buck clicks with Miles and Maisie, who are played by Macaulay Culkin and Gabby Hoffman, but he doesn't quite click with Tia, who plays played by Gina Louise Kelly, who's just resentful at everything. She just doesn't like anybody. I mean, I guess she's at that age where most adults are pretty much the enemy here. And boy, it's not going to be no easy task as Buck thought. How will this all play out? Well, you pretty much know that answer, so I'm not going to give it away. But I got to say, this movie does have everything you want in a John Hughes film. A lot of hijinks and a lot of warmth. And it plays itself out pretty well. John Hughes was a very clever writer, how he could just combine humor and warmth. He did it with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and he does it with this film too. And I really like John Candy's chemistry with the kids. I mean, he really clicks with Macaulay Culkin and Gabby Hoffman. And John Candy says that's why he liked this role, because Buck never talks down to kids. He never yells at the kids. He talks to them on their level. He tries to relate to them very well. And maybe that's John Candy. That's how he threw a little bit of himself into that role. And he's just, my mom, I remember watching this movie in theaters. My mom was cracking up at the scene with the principal when he's looking at her wart, and my mom couldn't stop laughing at that scene. Thought it was hysterically funny. And not to dismiss the other actors too, like Amy Madigan as Chanice, Buck's girlfriend, who wants to marry him and wants him to get a job, and Buck loves her but doesn't want to give up his carefree lifestyle. And there's also Laurie Metcalf as the across the street neighbor who is always trying to hit on Buck. It's funny. They have a funny dance scene. It's funny dancing that just kind of makes you laugh. Yeah, I'd say this is John Candy's most popular role to date. Chances are when people bring up John Candy, Uncle Buck's the first film that comes to mind. Although he's had more successes after that, I mean, I don't think it quite tops with Uncle Buck. No, I don't think it does. And it wasn't for this film that got Macaulay Culkin the role in Home Alone. So I give Uncle Buck a 10 out of 10. Bye-bye.